Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so today is going to be another Xbox 360 pickup video. This is the second one that I've done for this collection, as you all know, or if you don't know and you've just found this video randomly on YouTube that was recommended to you. I am trying to finish off my Xbox 360 collection, which you can see up there on the shelf. So there are two more videos on my channel. If you want to check out this journey, just go over to my channel, click on the Xbox 360 collection playlist, and you'll be able to see the first two videos. The first one where I overview all the games that I had when I started to do this, and then the second video is just a first pickups video. And now we're into my second pickup video, and I've got a nice big stack to show you again today. So as you know, in the last video I picked up predominantly sealed games. There were a couple that were unsealed. Reason being, they're just all very cheap. They were like around 10 quid each, some less. So I thought, why not? It makes sense to buy the best condition you can get for the collection. As we all know, DVD, not the most reliable format, does get scratched very easily, and buying used games, whether it's CEX or it's in a charity shop or it's on eBay or Amazon or wherever you get your games from, can be a little tricky to get them in really nice condition these days. Unlike the PlayStation 3 and 4, where you've got, and even the Xbox One I believe, are Blu-ray, so they have the special coating, so generally you don't need to worry about a disc so much. It really takes a lot to scratch the hell out of them. Some people do manage it though, but with the 360 being DVD, they scratch very easily, and it's a nightmare to get them in the cleanest condition you can. I know people, they list them on eBay and say, it's scratched, but it doesn't affect the gameplay, but that's not really the point. As a collector, it's more than just about the gameplay, it's about the condition as well. So yes, if I can get them sealed and they're cheap enough, I will buy them. If they're like 40, 50 and upwards, I won't even bother. I'll just try and find as neat a copy as I can, and we'll see what happens. But I've got a lot more games to buy, and I think recently from looking on eBay, and I'm checking quite regularly now what's getting listed as new and sealed, the games that I want are getting less and less. It's more the games I'm not interested in, and they're quite expensive as well. So yeah, I'm not having much success, but these ones I got very lucky with. Got some good deals. A guy listed a few the other day, got a couple off him, so that was really nice. But yeah, let's just jump straight into the pickup. So as a quick update from the last video, you'll remember I picked up this Spanish copy of Crysis 3. Didn't know it was Spanish, has a PEGI, obviously that's a European thing. Assumed it was UK, should have really asked for a photograph of the back of the box. I didn't, I was an idiot. So that was 10 quid, I suppose, wasted. Some will say, well, it's Spanish, you can still play it. Of course I can, but I'm a collector. It just does my head in if I've got all UK games and I've got one Spanish copy. So this one goes in the trade pile. This will sit there until time comes that I can actually sell it and make some money back, because if I try to sell it today, I'm not going to make money back, not with postage. So I did actually pick up a proper UK copy of Crysis 3. So that arrived probably a week or two ago now, I can't remember. I think it was last week. It has got this, which does say Classics Bestseller Awarded. Now, I've never seen that on an Xbox game, so please explain if anyone knows why they did that. Normally, of course, you have Xbox 360, which is the black label, or you have Xbox 360 Classics, which is the re-release. Now, normally, I wouldn't touch a Classics at all, but because it's got the black label banner, I was totally fine with it. I'm not going to worry too much about this little star thing here. Again, a tenner for this one. Pure English, proper UK copy. Very happy. I know absolutely nothing about these Crysis games. I've said in the previous video, Alex Blue-Tonic78 was the one that put me onto them years ago and told me I should give them a try. Never did, never got around to them. Just like I've tried to get into playing Max Payne 3 many times and he still hasn't. So come on, Alex. So yeah, one day I will sit down with my 360 when I've got everything set back up again and I've got a new game room, and I'm going to play through Crysis 2 and 3. And thanks to everybody as well who let me know in the comments of the last video. I did mention that the first game, Crysis, was only available on PC, and I didn't know if it ever got a console release. It didn't seem to be. But everybody told me afterwards that yes, there was a trilogy that's available on PS4 and Xbox One. So if I like 2 and 3 when I play them on 360, I think more than likely I'm going to pick up the trilogy and find out what the first game is like. And also it'd be nice to just have 2 and 3 remastered, because somebody was telling me in the comments, I think it's number 2, had a lot of glitches at the beginning. I can't remember if they said they fixed them. I'm hoping there's an update for it, fingers crossed, but we'll see. I mean, it's sci-fi, it's first-person shooter, 2 things I love. I really shouldn't have a problem with that. Right, okay, so the next one I picked up, I had the same issue. Now, this is my own fault. There's a company called Rare Waves on YouTube, eBay, sorry. Rare Waves, I've never had a problem with in the past. I don't know what went wrong this time. I ordered this game, they used stock photos, so I sent them a message and said, is it a proper sealed game with the barcode down the corner, down the side? They said, yes, it's a UK copy, it's got the barcode down the side. So I went, okay, fair enough. Ordered the copy, I'll show you what it is, make sure I've got the right one, yep. It is Homefront. So as you can see, properly sealed. So I ordered it. It took 2 weeks to arrive. It took them nearly a week to post it. So I definitely wouldn't recommend Rare Waves anymore. They're absolutely terrible. So slow. I ordered the film as well, a 4K Blu-ray. Same thing, that took even longer. That was nearly 3 weeks. It was a joke. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that company, but they just sit on it for days and then eventually post it. And it goes to a company called Whistle, who then eventually, after a couple of days, get off their arse and give it to Royal Mail, and then they deliver it. So yeah, never going to buy from them again. This, unfortunately, is a French copy, I believe. So yes, I wasn't too impressed. Again, it was a tenner, and I thought, I'm not having the hassle of posting this back, and I'll be out of pocket if I do that. So I couldn't be asked. So I just waited until a copy turned up on eBay again. And of course, a couple of days later, UK copy came up. There you go, all properly sealed. Proper UK one. Came this afternoon, actually. Yeah, Homefront. I really liked this when it came out. Obviously, it's a North Korean story. I remember it being very short. I think it's about 6 hours. It's a pretty quick campaign, but it was very nice to look at. It didn't get particularly great reviews at the time. I think it got pretty much slagged off. I mean, it does say on there, 9 out of 10 from Zoo. I don't know, is that a men's mag? I don't know what the hell Zoo is. I'm assuming it's a bloke's mag. But I think the gaming press were not impressed. I personally thought it was actually pretty decent. It's not the greatest first-person shooter in the world, but I like the North Korean story. I mean, I like things like, what's that film called? The one with North Koreans invade America. There's been 2 versions of it, the original from like the 80s, and then the one with, was it Chris Hemsworth or Luke Hemsworth? I think it was Chris Hemsworth. I might be wrong on that. It's Red something, I can't remember what it's called, but they all parachuting and take over America. Great films, really enjoy those. So yeah, I like that whole kind of storyline. Yeah, I think Homefront's great. I've never played Homefront The Revolution, which I remember Soulfunk Retro worked on that game way back when it came out, and it didn't get a particularly good reception, unfortunately. I actually didn't even know it had a campaign. I thought it was only a multiplayer game, but since recently found out it's got a campaign, so I will pick that up and play that at some point. Right, okay, so the next one I picked up is a replacement for one of those up there. Now, I wasn't going to do this, honestly. I did start to think, well, now I'm picking up sealed games. All those games I've got up there, can I actually get them sealed for a fair price and replace them? Because most of them are in pretty decent condition, but they've all got scratches of some degree. But no, I can't. I looked into it and no, I can't, because even if I did find them sealed, they're very expensive, and I was like, I'm not paying it. I'll just be happy with what I've got. But this one popped up for 10 quid. They all seem to be around that price for some reason. And I just thought, I've got to buy this. And it is Modern Warfare 3. Now, my copy on the shelf is really badly scratched. I checked it before I bought this, and it's really rough. So this is perfectly sealed. And the only reason I made an exception was, I mean, Modern Warfare 1 and 2, I'm just not going to get them sealed because they're too expensive. This one is my favourite in the trilogy, so I had to pick it up and have a really nice clean copy of it. I've got it on PS3, of course, as well. Fantastic game. Love the Modern Warfare series. Number 3, I don't know, I love the story of Makarov. I love all the level design. I've said before, the Turbulence level is absolutely brilliant. There's just so many great moments in this whole game that I really enjoyed. So yeah, I had to add Modern Warfare 3 back into the collection, a nice clean copy. My Modern Warfare 2 is absolutely terrible. I'll probably never get a sealed copy of that. I'll just have to buy another used one and hope I can get a good disc on it. Actually, I think about it, I don't actually have Call of Duty 4 yet. I haven't picked it up. I picked it up a while back, but it arrived with a knackered case and it was classics, and yeah, it wasn't what I wanted, so I need to re-pick that up and get a proper copy of it. So yeah, I also know that got a remastered in on PS4 and Xbox One, and this is where you get down the rabbit hole now. It's like you buy your original copy for the original console, but then you end up buying the remastered. Same with the definitive editions, isn't it? I need to get Sleeping Dogs Definitive at some point because I absolutely adore that game on PS3 and 360. I've got it on both of those consoles, so I would like to get the definitive edition because I remember having it on PS4 when it came out, and it was a really nice upgrade. Right, so onto the technically new stuff now. So we've got Battlefield 4. So in the last video I picked up Battlefield 3. This time we've got Battlefield 4. Really great first-person shooter. I've played it a lot. Really enjoyed this one. It does play up on the PlayStation 3. There's a level where you got to get, I think it's a Chinese diplomat or something. You've got to find him in a hotel. I think it was a hotel. And then you have to guide him out through the building, and you get to a helicopter in an open space and you get attacked. And on the PS3 version, if you don't kill all the guys that attack you, the game resets the checkpoint, but when it reloads you get a black screen and all you can hear is the audio. So you have to completely restart the whole mission. It's a pain in the arse. I don't believe the 360 does that, I hope not, because they never fixed the PS3 version. It's just glitched, there's nothing you can do about it. so you have to do your best to get through it. But the actual game, I really enjoyed the campaign. I thought it was great. I mean, these games have really, really nice graphics as well for the time. The gameplay's solid. Storylines are reasonable. They're decent. They're not too bad. But yeah, not bad at all. So it was very cheap, and I thought, why not? I'm going to shove that in the collection. I don't actually have it on the following generation. I don't have it on PS4 and Xbox One yet. So I say yet because I'm bound to pick it up at some point because I know it looks nicer. I don't know if it's got a frame rate increase or not, but yeah, decent little first-person shooter, that one. Right, so I picked up a couple of games, and a guy listed like a stack of sealed games the other day, and I went through what he had, and was it just them two? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was just those two. I try and remember everything I've been buying. So I saw these and I thought, yeah, I'm definitely grabbing those. So that's right, because he had Body Count, which I saw Pixel Paul pick up recently. And I'll be honest, I was very tempted. It was £8 sealed. And for that price, I could have easily put it in the collection. I don't have it on PS. No, in fact, I might have it on PS3. I'm going to have to check that. I think I might have it over there. But yeah, no, I can't buy that again. I'm going to have to just check that 1 second. Okay, no, I don't have it on PS3. I didn't think I had. I know I've owned it in the past. I've obviously not re-picked it up since I played it for PlayStation 3. But Body Count was sort of a sequel to Black, one of the greatest first-person shooters ever made. But of course, there was going to be an official sequel to Black, which got cancelled, unfortunately, which looked fantastic in the little bit I've seen online of it. But Body Count was basically seen as like a sort of sequel because I can't remember the name of the guy now. One of the main people that worked on Black originally was working on Body Count, and then he left the developer of Body Count for whatever reason. I think there's some kind of politics going on or something internally. But anyway, he left it for what I think it was like creative differences, like the Hollywood thing. So he ended up leaving the project, and they finished it and put it out. And Body Count, you know, it looks nice. It's not the greatest first-person shooter in the world. The idea of it is fantastic. It looks really like a cool concept, but it's a bit of a mess when you try and play it. And I remember playing it last time, and it was quite glitchy. So yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to go back to that, which is a real shame. So I decided it might be £8, but I'm not just buying for the sake of buying. So I picked up two games that I know for definite I really enjoy. One I've completed, one I've never completed. Really do need to get back to it. But first one, I picked up the limited edition as well, this one, because I thought, why not? It's a great price. And it is Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days. So this is in the slipcase, which is absolutely lovely. Look at that, brilliant. Lovely packaging, I really like that. I don't like the first game, but this one, I remember playing this a few years ago now for the first time. Again, like Homefront, very short campaign. It's over very fast, way too fast for me actually. I was very disappointed with the ending because I was having so much fun. But it's just brilliant. It's a third-person cover shooter, and it's a lot of swearing, a lot of adult language. But it's just a case of just blowing people to pieces. My kind of game. You just run around, take cover, just shoot the shit out of everybody. It's a really great experience. I just wish it had been a bit longer. But then again, I suppose maybe being short, it's short and sweet. You're in and you're out, and you've had a great time for a few hours. So there is that. But yeah, I've had to add that back into the collection. I'm really glad. I just noticed as well, got an 18 rating as well. I mean, that's hard to get these days. Even in films get downgraded. Weirdly, I picked up Terminator on 4K Blu-ray the other day. I've still not had a chance to watch it yet. That film was an 18 when I was a kid, when it first came out back in the 80s. I can't remember, I think it's got a 15 rating on the Blu-ray. I was like, how can they downgrade the rating? That seems a bit mental, that does. So they've just re-rated it for the modern age. That's crazy, I don't understand that. But then again, to be honest, I mean, you look at the film, does it really deserve an 18? No, not really. I think Terminator 2 was that a 15 in 1991? I think it was. Really, that would have only been because he cuts his arm off, but then he's not even a real person, he's a bloody cyborg, isn't he? So, I don't know. Anyway, so second game I picked up from that seller, Enslaved Odyssey to the West. There you go. I don't know why I showed the barcode, they're all legitimately sealed, but there you go. So yeah, really cool third-person action game, playing as two characters working together, trying to solve problems. I liked this a lot when it came out. I played it, I got really far into it. I've said many times, I got stuck at this one particular part. I don't remember where exactly, but the camera was driving me insane because the position of the camera was not very good. And I was trying to move it around and try and move the monkey character, and I just couldn't get through the area, and I kept getting my ass handed to me. So I just gave up and never went back to the game. So I'm pretty sure I've got it over there on PS3. I definitely want to sit down and try and play this game at some point and try and complete it, because I remember it being actually pretty decent. Graphically it was really nice, and the gameplay itself was really solid as well. So yeah, fingers crossed I will enjoy that. Okay, so on to the last two games. Really glad to have these ones. So the first one I picked up is on eBay, expensive, and I would not buy it from eBay. I would have just got a used copy. But I got this from Retro Games, so thank you Jason if you ever see this video. And that is Spec Ops The Line. So there you go, properly sealed, all knobbly, clean. He had this on for a very nice price. I think it was around about 10 quid less than the current eBay price when I purchased this. And I couldn't believe it when I saw it on his shop. I was like, I'm having that. So I absolutely love this game, it's brilliant. I've got it on PS3. It's a fantastic, I actually played it again last year. I only played a few levels, just the beginning. It still looks really, really nice. I was really surprised how good the graphics look on it. Voiced by Nolan North of Uncharted fame. Really, really cool storyline, really interesting. His acting's a bit over the top sometimes in the game. I felt he does a bit too much, a bit too hard with it. But yeah, the actual gameplay is great. It gives you a lot of moral decisions in the game as well, which you don't always realise when you first play the game. Like there's a bit, like quite far into the game where you're in a town and all the townspeople come rushing at you and surround you. And it doesn't give you the option to choose what to do. You have to figure that out yourself. So you can have the option, you automatically think, well, I'll just shoot everybody, I'll get out of here, even though they're civilians. But what you can do is just fire into the air and take the moral high ground, and then it scares them all away, and they run away and leave you alone. So I thought that was really interesting when I found that out later on and started playing the game again. And it really starts to make you think about what you're actually doing and what your actions are taking, and what the consequences of your actions are. It's a very interesting game, very well thought out, and the story really does make you sit back and think about the consequences of war. Absolutely brilliant game. But most of all, it's a bloody great third-person cover shoot with absolutely stunning graphics, and you'll have a great time running around shooting everybody. So that's really what matters when it comes to video games, isn't it? We don't need to be too serious. Right, last one. This game I picked up because, unlike every other game, I own the same games on 360 and PS3. I've said before, the reason being just simply that when I get my new game room and I've got my machine set up, if I'm playing on PlayStation 3, I don't want to have to switch to Xbox 360 and vice versa. If I want to play a particular game, I just want all the games on each console. I can just play what I want. However, there is one recent, in the last 2 generations, a game came out in 2013, which I absolutely loved. And it's the only series of games where I own multiple copies, more than 2, I'll say that. I know 2 is multiple, but as I say, I've got a lot of games the same on PS3 and 360, so I'm talking like many consoles. So over 4 consoles, I own this series now. I only have, I think, 1 more game to pick up. Well, I will have when I've got some packages arriving shortly. But I did pick up Rise of the Tomb Raider for the 360. I had absolutely no idea until probably about a year or so ago that this even existed. I thought this was a PS4, Xbox One game. I thought that the 2013 Tomb Raider was on 360, PS3, and that was your lot. But yeah, really chuffed to see that one. I'm not a massive fan of Rise of the Tomb Raider, I'm going to be honest, and Shadow as well. I don't think they're a patch on the first one. The 2013 game for me, as a fan of more the action side of Lara Croft than the Tomb Raiding side, I really love the first game. It's just a great game. Whereas I think more like the proper Tomb Raider fans, maybe like Pixel Paul, will probably favour Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow more because they are more traditional Tomb Raiding games. But I always find with Rise that I get about halfway through the game and I tend to get a little bit bored. I think like the beginning bit with the bear and everything, and you're going through the forest and the snow is great. I love all that, I find it really interesting. But yeah, I just tend to lose my interest, so I really want to sit down and play through it again on whichever console I choose. But I thought it'd be really cool just to have the 360 version. You know, I've played through the original on all 4 platforms, 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, and loved them. And you know, the PS3 had its issues with the forest level, but the Xbox 360 one ran really smoothly and nicely. So it'll be interesting to see how they actually did with Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm amazed that actually got released. I don't remember what year it came out either, so yeah, that must have been into the PS4 era when that got released. So, yeah, incredible. But yeah, I thought I'd just add it to the collection. So I've now just got to pick up 1 game. I've got a couple of Xbox One games coming shortly, but I've got 1 more Tomb Raider game to pick up for the PS4, which is actually Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's the only one I don't have. So there you go. So that's the latest additions to the Xbox 360 collection. I hope you're enjoying these, guys. You know, it's been great getting all the feedback. Thank you very much for watching them and leaving your comments. Yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think of all these games I've shown you today. And when I've got some more, I will of course post a brand new video. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.